I'm Tony Mainz. I'm a recreational master alpine snowboard racer from Paradise, California. I'm 55. Last year snowboarding, my knees were getting more and more achy. It was the last day of the season. I got up to the top of the mountain, and on my first turn, I realized that I could no longer ride the board. I barely made it back down off the mountain in a lot of pain, and I limped back to my car, and I was wondering if I was ever going to be able to get back to snowboarding again. I went to my trusted family orthopedic surgeon. He took one x-ray and told me that I was done snowboarding. That was really, really hard for me to hear. The MRIs showed that I had holes in both my medial meniscus. I went to another orthopedic surgeon. He wanted to get me into surgery right away for both my knees, but he told me after the surgery I would still be in a lot of pain, that I had a lot of arthritis. Even staying home to work in the garden, without knees, it's hard to do much of anything. I had heard about stem cell treatments before, so I looked around and I found a company called Regenexx. I saw that they had a network provider in California, HealthLink Medical Center. When I went to Dr. Handelman, he spent a half an hour with me. He had already looked over all the MRIs. He answered all the questions. He fully explained the whole procedure. At the end of the appointment, he told me that he really believed that he could get me back to snowboarding. It seemed like it was too good to be true, but I had nothing to lose, so I made an appointment as quick as I could. It was a set of 3 different shots. The first 2 days after the stem cell treatment, I was in a wheelchair because I had both my knees done. I had the main procedure on Thursday, and I returned to work on Tuesday. It took actually several weeks before I actually noticed that my knees were getting better, but as the weeks went by, they got more and more comfortable. 6 weeks later, the braces were off. I started to work out more intensely, and just 4 months afterwards, I was back on snow. As you can see here, my knees are, I would say, 95% better. I have a better range of motion now than I've had in probably 5 years. It's been 7.5 months now since the procedure. I've done 14 races in 3 states and 2 countries. When something like this happens, it makes you appreciate what you have that much more. I am very grateful for this work and very fortunate that I live in a time period where this regenerative medicine is available.